Java architecture. The various component of Java architecture are: one is Java programming language and class file, JVM, and Java application programming interface. So three things we have to cover in Java architecture. Just a minute. देखो, so first we go for the Java architecture. So Java, when you store the Java application, we store the Java application with the extension of dot class file. Okay, so first ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ Java program ଟା ଲେଖିବା, first ଆମେ ଲେଖିବା file name ଦବା dot java ରେ store କରିବା। ତାପରେ ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ compilation କରିବା, ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ create ହବ dot class file। ମୁଁ ଏଟା structure ଟା ଦେଖଉଛି ତାହେଲେ ବୁଝି ପାରିବ। ଦେଖ, first ମୁଁ Java ଟା store କରିବି with the extension of dot java। ତାପରେ by using of Java compiler, it is converted to the dot class file। Dot class file, it is nothing but it is called as the byte code। Okay, it store the byte code। Byte code is in nothing but 0 and 1 format। तुम्हें जानते हो computer doesn't understand any language। Computer only understand 0 and 1 format। So when you store the Java application with the extension of .java, it is compiled and it is converted to the byte code। So byte code re convert over। So byte code, it is nothing but it is a 0 and 1 format। Then by using of Java interpreter, it is converted to the machine code। So JVM form the base for all Java platform and it is convenient to use the various hardware based platform। तो एटा मु आगो एटिकी जाउची। आमे जेतेबेले कोनोसी फाइल टाको स्टोर करिवा विथ द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ डॉट जावा रे स्टोर करिवा एंड द जावा फाइल इज कंपाइल है कि से कन्वर्ट करिवा डॉट क्लास फाइल। देन JVM कन्वर्ट द बाइट कोड कंटेन इन द डॉट क्लास फाइल टू द मशीन कोड। हम जो फाइल टा जो अछि सेटा डॉट क्लास फाइल लो मशीन कोड रे कन्वर्ट होबा। तो JVM needs to be implement for each platform running on the different operating system। तो JVM needs to be implement। तो हमरो ए जो डॉट क्लास फाइल लो आमे ताको कोन करबा डिफरेंट डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज रे कन्वर्ट करे। जेंते कि मु कहू जे प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी गले यूनाइटेड नेशन ने किछ स्पीच दवा पई से हिंदी रे कहिले। तो सेठी सब ट्रांसलेटर बसिथिबे, माने फ्रेंच रो गोटे लोक बसिथिबो, व्हाट वी कैन से पाकिस्तान गोटे लोक बसिथिबो, तुर्की रे गोटे लोक बसिथिबो। से कोन करिवे ना से हिंदी टाको ताको माने हमर गोटे ट्रांसलेटर थिबो जे हिंदी जानिथिबो, सी ताको ट्रांसलेट करिवो इंग्लिश को। से माने से इंग्लिश को अगेन ट्रांसलेट करिवे। जे तुर्की थिबो तुर्की रे कहिवो, जे फ्रेंच रे थिबो से फ्रेंच रे कहिवो, फ्रेंच इंग्लिश रे। जे ब्रिटिशर थिबो से ब्रिटिशर इंग्लिश रे कहिवो। जे पाकिस्तानी से ताको उर्दू रे कन्वर्ट करिवे। तो दैट मीन्स व्हाट, तो से जगह हमर कोनटा दरकार होची ना गोटे मिडिल मैन दरकार होची जे कि हिंदी टाको से ट्रांसलेट करूची इंग्लिश रे। So that person is called as the JVM। So JVM is called as the engine of a Java। So all the rule and regulation is defined in the JVM। When you write a program in Java, what are the syntax, what are the rules, all are defined by using of JVM। Then from JVM it is converted from the dot Java file, it is converted to the bytecode format। Clear? बुझिएला एटा?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now say that I explain here. First, when you write a program, you store the file with the extension of .java। Then by using of Java compiler, it is converted to the bytecode। Then by using of Java interpreter, it is converted to the machine code। The JVM form the base for the Java platform and it is convenient to use various hardware-based platforms। The major component of JVM are: one is class loader, execution engine, and JIT compiler। First is class loader, execution engine, and JIT compiler. Three things is present। Class loader is what? So you know about the C programming language. In C programming language, you are writing a header file. So what is that header file? First we write. Yes.
So
Yes.
hashtag include std dot
STD.
stdio dot h
Good.
stdio dot h.
Good. Good. This are तुम्हें कहीं reply करना. So when you write stdio.h, that means what? There is a two method is included. One is printf, another is scanf. So what is the work of printf? Printf is used to display the information. Scanf is used to accept the input from the user and display the information. That means you can say the in when you want to display text, मते केवल गोटे लाइन टा डिस्प्ले करिवार अछि स्क्रीन रे. When you are using C programming language, if you want to display a single line, which method is used?
Sir, author question.
If you want to display anything in a screen in C programming language, which method is used? हमको डिस्प्ले करिवार अछि, मु केमते डिस्प्ले करी?
Printf.
Yes, so we are using printf.
Printf.
Yes. So when I use printf, then it is only display the information. But as I write stdio.h, then automatically your printf and scanf both method are loaded. The printf and scanf both are loaded when you write stdio.h. But my work is what? My work, I want to only display the data. Then automatically what happened? The scanf is loaded, but my requirement is not scanf. So as I written stdio.h, then printf and scanf is loaded. Means unnecessary method is coming to my program. Suppose your file size is 5 KB. So after running the file, it is becomes 10 KB. Means double it is increased. But when you come to the Java, then if your file size is 5 KB, if you want to display one sentence, then the size is only 7 KB. Means Java is only loaded the particular class and method which is required at the time of execution. It is not loaded the unnecessary thing. Which is required at the time of execution, it is loaded only the particular classes. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the work of your class loader. Execution engine work is what? After storing the file with the extension of the Java, after compilation and when it is giving you a result, all the work or all the responsibility is belongs to the execution engine. Then there is a work is called as the JIT compiler, just in time compiler. Just in time compiler work is what? Now when you execute a program, when you are writing a program, we store the file with the extension of .java. By using of Java compiler, it convert into the bytecode. Then from the bytecode, it will convert to the machine code. At that timing, the just-in-time compiler is used. Means it is just-in-time compiler whom you have to say. Again, I am giving you example non-technically. Prime Minister Modi giving a speech in Hindi. There is a person is there, which the person is converted Hindi into English. Then this English is converted to the Urdu. This English is converted to the Spanish. This English is converted to the French by using of the corresponding translator. So that translator is called as the JIT compiler. I write a program in a window operating system. It converted into the byte code, which is nothing but it is a class file which contains a 0 and 1 format. And from this 0 and 1 format, it display the data in a Linux operating system. It display the information in the Ubuntu operating system by using of this JIT compiler. So JIT compiler, it convert the byte code to the corresponding machine code. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next is Java Application Programming Interface, or it is called the Java API. Java API is a collection of software components that provide the capability such as GUI application. Application programming interface is what? Like if I want to purchase the grocery, if I want to purchase the vegetable, if I want to purchase the desk material, everything if I want to purchase, then I am going to the different place. For vegetable, I am going to the vegetable shop. Like in our locality, we move to the like Chhatra Bazaar. And for grocery, we are going to the Malgodam. For dress, we are going to the dress shop. Can you tell me in where these all the three things are present? Can you suggest any name where vegetable is there?
Sir, supermarkets.
Yes, tell me any name in our locality.
The Reliance Fresh.
Yes, in Reliance.
Yes, Reliance Smart.
Yes, yes. In Reliance, you can get the vegetable, you can get the grocery, you can get the dress item. Means it providing a interface where I will get all the three things. In Java application programming interface, it providing lot of tools. By using that tools, I am able to create a graphic user interface application. The related class and interface of the Java API are grouped into the packages. It is grouped into the packages. Means when you are going to the Reliance Fresh, in one floor you supposed to be get the vegetable, in another floor you are getting the grocery item, in another floor you are getting the dress items. That means every floor contain the specific item, so that we're easily move to that particular location and get all the items in one roof. Java application programming interface is like that. It provides all the tools and component for designing the graphic user interface in Java. And the related interface are grouped into the packages. Clear? What is Java API?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then comes to the Java architecture. It consists of the following security feature that make the Java secure programming language. So what are the security level is what is present? One is your compiler level security. One is your bytecode verifier. Next is your class loader. Then next is your sandbox model. So four type of security architecture is present. One is compiler level security, another is bytecode verifier, another is your sandbox model. So these are the 4 type of architecture we're using. So what is that compiler level security? This is an important part. Java prevent error that arise due to the improper memory uses. It reducing the compile time error. Typecasting in Java ensure that there is no data loss in the result or output of a Java code. See that uh, after your plus 2, you are given a exam, JEE exam, JEE main. These are the exam you are given. You are getting some kind of marks. Like suppose you are scoring 97%, 98%, but it is not calculated as 97 and 98. There is some fractional value is there. 97.33. One person is getting 97.45. One student is getting 97.98. So which person is selected? The 97.98. So in little fraction, the rank is also changed. In globally also, the rank also changed. So that is called as compiler level security. Java prevent error that arise due to the improper memory uses. That means, as you know, in a programming language, we're defining the data type and variable. If I define int a, b, and c, and when I write c is equals to a by b, like 10 by 2, and you are defining a data type int, so what is the result? 10 by 2, what is the result?
So 5.
5. So when you divide 10 by 3, what is the result? I am defining int data type. Yes, Manisha, I am not getting. 10 by 3, what is the result?
So 3.33.
No, I am defining what? I am defining int. So when I define int, then your result is what? Manisha?
सर क्वेश्चन आउट तो करे मो नेट पर माने मु आउट ही जाइतली
ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ divide କରୁଛି, I am defining a variable with int data type, int a, b, c. Okay. Now, when I
Yes, sir.
divide 10 by 2, what is the result?
So 5.
And when I write 10 by 3, then what is the result?
3.
Yes, it is 3. But actually, when you divide 10 by 3, is it 3? It will give what?
No, sir.
It will give 3 point some fractional value. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As you are defining int data type, then your that fractional value is lost. When this fractional value is lost, when you are going for a competitive exam, it changes the rank of a student. So that this fractional value is also important for us. So that's why I define what? That's why I will use such a scenario where my data will not lose. So that Java providing you the functionality at runtime, you convert one data type to the another data type. I can convert the int to the fractional number. I can convert the string value which contain the number into integer. So that is called as the compiler level security. Next is it understand what is compiler level security?
Yes, sir.
Next, I go for the bytecode verifier. It ensures that the bytecode doesn't violate access restriction such as a read and write operation. And it verifies that the bytecode doesn't force pointer. It ensures that bytecode doesn't violate access restriction such as read and write operation, and it verifies that bytecode doesn't force pointer. When you compile the Java application, it is converted to the bytecode. Means when I write a program, it stored with the extension of .java. So after compilation, it is converted to the class file. So that class file contain the 0 and 1 format. If anybody is hampering or tampering this bytecode, it will not changes your output. The bytecode is not affected by the pointer. So why we are using pointer? Pointer is giving a reference to the memory that we learn in the C programming. But here, this pointer concept is removed. The memory management in the Java, it is automatically happen by using of constructor and destructor. We will learn that. So it is memory management is automatically happen. So there is no requirement for any kind of pointer concept. So your bytecode, when it is converted to the 0 and 1 format, it is verified into two phases. In the first phase, the verifier checks for the structure of the .class file. It will check according to the JVM specification, your program is written correctly or not. And in second level phase, the bytecode is run. The bytecode verifier checks the validity of the class, variable, method used in a program, where you have to use. And it checks that where you have to use your variable and which method you have to use and where you have to access. In the first phase, it checks according to the JVM or according to the Java grammatical rule, your program is written correctly or not. In second level phase, it verifies that the validity of the classes, where you have to use, what is the variable type, where you can access, that structure is defined. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is class loader. As already I defined, Java is not loading the unnecessary class which is not required at runtime. For display data in Java, in C programming, we're using printed. But as we're written stdio, your scanf is loaded. But in the program, scanf is not required. So class loader determines how and when the applet will use classes in a running Java environment. Means how you have to use your application in a program. In a Java environment, there can be many class loader, and each class loader can create its own runtime environment. Sandbox model is what? The sandbox model is implemented in the Java applet container such as web browser. The sandbox model determines the limitation of Java applet that they can only access the resources of the host computer and cannot access the file on the local computer. Actually, what happened in earlier, when your system is present in a network, so there is a concept of server and client. Okay, so like we are connecting in a network, we are connecting in a Zoom. So who is the host? I am the host. You can access the information from me. Means what I display, it is displayed to you. But if you want to share the information between two, then you cannot show, you cannot share it. But by using of sandbox model, you can share the information with me, and you too also can share the information between you. The sandbox model determine limitation of Java applet, that you can access the resource of host computer and you cannot access the file on the local computer. But by using of sandbox model, you have the two path. In one path, you can access the information from the server and you can access the information from your client. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is garbage collection. Garbage collection is the process that is used to free the memory of the object that are no longer in use. When a program stops referencing an object, it is not required anymore, it can be deleted. The space that is used by the object is released for use by the another object. So when you define a variable, it is allocating a memory. Suppose I am defining a two variable a and b. I am storing a value 10 and 20. I got the result. So after getting the result, so there is no requirement to hold that memory. So you have to free that memory to use for other purpose. So it is a process that is used to free the memory of objects that are no longer in use. When a program stops referencing an object and it is not required anymore, that can be deleted. The space that is used by the object is released for use by the another object. Garbage collection feature implies that the new objects are created and all on-reference objects are deallocated from the memory. Means it is allocate the new memory for the new thing and it is deallocate the thing which is not required anymore. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
It's just like that. You are watching a movie in a cinema hall. After watching, your show time is over. Then you have to free that space. Then other show timing person will come. So it is automatically happen. So in the garbage collection in the program, it is automatically allocate the memory and deallocate the memory. The different approaches of the garbage collection that we are using, one is reference counting collector, tracing collector and compacting collector. The three approaches we are using: reference counting collector, tracing collector and compacting collector. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's all about today class. So in the next class, Wednesday, we'll meet. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.